It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. And welcome to the Mohney Show. I'm Steve Mohney, and of course, Paul Walker.
Sure, Paul. Whatever you want to call me.
Oh, that's right. It's not really Walker, is it?
It's my fake radio name.
You know what? Go with it, man. It's a cool name.
Right, Paul Walker. Paul Walker here.
Paul Walker's very serious at this point right now.
Ex-newsman.
You are an ex-newsman, and that leads me to my next point. Tomorrow is election day.
Well, actually, today is election day.
Well, okay, we're doing this on Monday. Tuesday, the 7th, is election day. So make sure you have those postmarked by
tomorrow, which is today, Tuesday.
Well, right when I said that, I thought, you know what? Hold the phone here. You have to find a post office that's, going to be open, or just drop it off.
Well, let's clear one thing up, folks. The post offices are open on election day.
Well, they're open, but I mean,
not a federal holiday.
I meant late.
They're open.
I meant late.
Yeah, but get it in there, and they'll run it through.
Just drop it off at the drop box.
There you go.
They're all over the place.
Drop box, whatever.
You can check Lewis County's website. They're all.
It's important to vote and do due diligence.
I dropped mine off over on the one over on Chehalis Avenue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I put mine through the drive-in banking at Security State.
That's funny because you know what? I drove to the bank right here on Pearl Street. It's not a bank anymore. It says sold by John L. Scott. And I sat there for a long time and tried to get somebody to come to the teller. Nobody would come to the teller. The teller wouldn't come to the drive up. Nothing.
Not even a dog treat or a dum-dum.
Nothing. No sucker, no dum-dum. Have a sucker? Yeah, a sucker. Does your doggy want a treat? Yeah. Anyway, make sure you vote and get them turned in. So now, Paul, all kinds of stuff going on in the world of sports.
That's true.
Right now.
High school sports. It's huge right now. Very busy.
Huge.
As this is being released, I'll be on my way or already in Yakima.
Mm-hmm.
Be over there.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
So you're going to the Sunshine.
Oh, okay. Sure. Is it?
Well, I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure.
Okay, you know what?
It's not warm.
I'll take it where I'm going.
It is the Palm Springs of Washington, minus 50 degrees.
Every time I drive through there, it says Palm Springs of Washington.
Yes.
There hasn't been one time in the last year that I've driven through there and it was sunny.
No, it's this desolate, just
it's always cloudy. It's foggy.
And then
Matthew says something too. Oh, no rain. Okay.
Okay. Good.
What's the forecast in BC, Canada? Because that's where I'll be on Wednesday for the KISS show. Okay, he's looking that up. Anyway, okay, let's cover sports right now.
That's right. So yeah, high school rain.
Oh, rain in BC.
When is it not?
That's true. Boy, Gene Simmons is not going to like that.
Boy, hey, if Ray Ramsey was around, he'd fix it.
Ray Ramsey up in Quileute.
That's right. We'll check in with the Como 4, temperature gauge.
Folks are watching this. What?
By the way, trivia question, because I know you are a big local television aficionado.
Yeah, big time.
Who was the regular replacement for Ray Ramsey when Ray went on vacation?
I know that one. Oh, man.
Yeah. And why was he different?
Oh, it's a surprise question, folks.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. You know what? It wasn't a gal, was it? It was a guy.
Nope.
You know what? I don't know.
I believe his name was Bob Crabb. And
it was
had the big cartoon. He was an artist.
Yeah.
And he might have been a court sketch artist.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he always had these cartoons that he'd put in.
You're right.
When he sat in for Ray Ramsey. So.
Man, there's so many people that Bruce King.
Oh, Bruce King. By the way, Bruce King was all of about 5'2".
Until you told me that a couple of days ago, I never knew that.
He was a very short man, and he had polio.
Oh,
He
really?
was a kid, and he walked with a cane.
Never knew that. Love the guy.
Nice man, too.
Yeah, and obviously a great sports guy on, in the newsroom, on the news, and also play-by-play and all that stuff.
I remember the big controversy because he was at Seattle's Como for years and years, and then he got a big promotion. He got a job offer in New York.
That's right. He
went back to New York. He lasted about 6 months, came back, said, "That's not for me."
Yeah. A lot of folks who left Seattle said, "You know what? I have to come back to the Northwest."
Yep, that place isn't for him.
Then, of course, there was Wayne Cody. Hi, everybody. Wayne Cody.
Now, back to high school sports.
Oh.
Can we do that? This week, state volleyball.
It's a good thing there's no time left.
State volleyball at the Sun Dome. They changed things up a little bit this year. They're going 4 days in this week and 2 days next week. And that's so there are never a crossover of 3 tournaments going on at the same time. At one point last year, folks, we got done at 1 a.m.
Whoa.
With one night, and matches began the next day at 7 a.m.
That's a little much.
Yeah, it was, and it was even too much for the WI. They go, we can't do this anymore. So what they did is the 1B and the 2B tournaments will be Wednesday and Thursday, the 8th and 9th.
Okay.
And then on Friday and Saturday, it will be the 1A, 2A tournaments this week. And then that's the 10th and 11th. Then on the 17th and 18th, the 3A and the 4A classifications will go at the Sun Dome. At the same time, the state football brackets, state girls soccer, and the B-boys soccer brackets, and all the volleyball brackets except the 3A and 4A were released yesterday. So the soccer tournaments begin this week. This week, they'll play a couple of matches, and it's all over the state. Football will have their first round of games, as they're all down to the final 16 at this point. And those will be on Friday and Saturday. We'll have games there as well. And also the state 3A girl, or check that 1A, 2A is one tournament. 3A and the 4A girls swimming meets are all happening.
Folks, I've got a headache.
Federal Way, the King County Aquatic Center. King County Aquatic Center.
Try saying that one fast.
Yeah, exactly. And Matthew, our resident weatherman, apparently, is going to be there for the diving competition.
Right on
Thursday.
Didn't he do a cannonball last year and embarrass the entire staff?
That and he had gone on a diet.
Oh, okay.
The Speedo didn't last. And that was a little embarrassing for all of Eli Sports at this point. So,
how does anybody take anything away from this? How could we ever be serious?
Well,
Paul's being serious too.
But we have to have fun at the same time.
Absolutely.
Noah McFadden is then going to step in on Friday and Saturday and handle the preliminary swimming qualifications are on Friday, and then all the finals are on Saturday. So the way they do that is on they do the 1A, 2A combined meet. I don't have the times in front of me, but they'll go for 2.5, 3 hours. And then there's like a 2-hour break.
Oh, wow.
Then they do the 3A and a 2-hour break, and then the 4A. So it's a long day for those that have to be there the entire day.
Exactly.
For those that are there just for the meet, it's 2-3 hours, and then they move out. And, parking is limited there as well. So it gives time for people to get out, the teams to get out, and allows the other ones to come in and get warmed up. So it's a pretty relaxed, laid back event. And again, we'll have the good cameras. Last year, they were able to bring in an upgrade of the coverage instead of just our little camera with a hamster running to power it that we had forever. Right.
That's an Instamatic, isn't it?
They have they'll have each lane and the times in each lane and everything. It looks really good. Rob Whitaker comes in and helps us, and he
nice graphics. And
Rob, it's all on you, and we appreciate it. We're just there to talk and tell everyone who's who and that. So that's going on as well this week. So other than that, so then next week
there's we're
the Final Four of the Soccers, the 3A, 4A state volleyball tournament, and then the quarterfinals of football. And then the week after that, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, it's all on one day. and that is the state semifinal football. That's 12 games in one day. We'll
Holy
have them
moly.
all covered. And then the weekend after that, which is December 1st and 2nd, the 6 state championship games, 3 each day at Husky Stadium.
Husky Stadium.
Husky Stadium.
My dad's ears perked up. What? Somebody, what they say?
Exactly. Exactly. It's a beautiful press box. However, you are about 3 miles up in the air.
You are.
And all you see are little ants. And so the first time I did a game there, I did not bring binoculars.
Oh.
And I couldn't see anything.
But you can see all the boats out there in the water.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's nice. Yeah.
Man, a memory of Heck I know we're talking about the football stadium, but Heck Edmondson Pavilion is Alaska Air Arena or whatever now is, whatever it is.
Heck.
I saw Tom Petty there back in, I think it was like 81, 82. It was on one of his first tours of Seattle.
Okay.
And there was a big beam in front of us.
Oh.
It was a great seat. That's one of my recollections from up there.
Why not?
Man, that's going to be super cool. So you bring the binoculars, and is it a lot of fun to be up there doing the game?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Well, you've been in so many high-profile situations,
Steve. It's all routine for me, but no, it's and it's a reward for all our crews that have been out covering a lot of games throughout the season, and we like to get them each a chance to jump on one of the big games and be part of it. So
that sounds like a lot of fun. Speaking of bigger cities and so on and so forth, Paul's got all the sports going on. I've been talking about music here and there. Lots of stuff is happening. We talked about the Stones and their new release, and of course we had that on my little record player. My little record player right here. It looks like a suitcase, but it's actually this nifty little record player. So we played the Stones album on that. Then
we had to do it with like a microphone up next to it, right?
Yeah, it was.
But maybe
we could hook something into that, couldn't we?
I'm not a technical genius, but are those audio plugs there that we could actually run that right into the mixer?
A mixer. What are you mixing drinks?
Yes, exactly. Matthew's now the bartender over there.
He is
a jack of all trades.
I'm not sure if
DJ
these plugins.
Is that?
Do these turn Christmas lights on?
I think so. I think that's what that is.
We'll try and do that, Paul. That's that's pretty good. I cannot believe you actually thought of that.
Yeah. Well, I have to plug those things in when I do a live broadcast.
Hey, do you know what kind of plugs these are?
Yes, there's a red one and a white one.
Yeah, these are called RCA jacks. Nothing to do with.
I really hate to have to correct you, but those would be the red and white cables.
Those are the red and white cables.
Officially labeled at Eli Sports.
Okay, so with all that being said,
and by the way, we have a video capture device.
Yeah,
and that is that you plug in the blue cable.
Oh, you pull a blue.
So we have.
There's a yellow one somewhere, isn't there?
Very patriotic.
Red, white, and blue.
Yes, we have a very patriotic broadcast.
If you have a DVD player at home, there's a yellow one.
Yeah, we don't use the yellow one.
Oh,
yeah, we're not
doing that.
Yeah, so we're very patriotic and we're uncowardly. So that's why
I don't even now. I've completely lost my train of thought. Okay, so we played the Stones record a little bit. We played Angry, and then the new.
Before we go any further, I don't know if you saw my Facebook page yesterday.
I did not see it,
but there was this cartoon which was hilarious.
Yeah,
it said on there, it had a poster in a window. It said Rolling Stones album #1. Beatles release new song, and the guy walking along goes, "Geez, how far back did they turn the clocks back?"
Oh, and by the way,
I
I was talking to my mom, and she said, are you going to talk about? No, actually, she said that's probably going to be your first thing you talk about on the show tomorrow. Is thanks a lot for turning those clocks back. When do we stop this madness?
I don't know.
It was voted in that we can.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't think it does us any good just to do it ourselves. Because
I know that.
well, but I mean, Arizona does.
Oh, you mean as a state?
State, yes.
I thought it was a federally thing that we voted.
The feds haven't done it. The states have all. The states
okay.
have said yes, but the problem is then, man, I mean, can you imagine departure and arrival times for airports that you're tied? Oh, it's 11 o'clock in Oregon.
Local time.
It's 10 o'clock in Washington.
Well, the thing about it is I've got a couple of cows out in my front yard. These things weigh. You're not buying it, are you? I can just tell. I've been working with Paul so long that when I say something like that, he just looks at me like, "You horse's ass." That's not. What are you talking about?
It scares me when you start with things like I have a couple of cows in my front.
I don't.
This potentially could go.
You know what? Honestly, animals they obviously by day and night they can tell time.
Yeah.
Because hey,
at least within 2 hours.
Yeah. Because at nighttime my dog goes, "Hey, it's time to go in the house. It's time for bed."
So I just got Mohney. He didn't even catch it. Yeah, that was a Seinfeld.
It was a Seinfeld.
We're going to have to do that. We have a little competition. We can slip a Seinfeld reference.
Right past me there. Anyway, daylight saving time. It's not daylight savings. It's daylight saving.
Back standard time.
No, but the phrase is daylight saving time, not savings.
Right. Just like it's Wimbledon, not Wimbledon.
Yeah. We're not shopping at Payless or something.
Yes. Or my favorite.
Yeah.
I could care less. Well, then why don't you? No, the phrase is I couldn't care less. That's
yeah.
Well,
I couldn't care less.
Yes. If you could care less, then why don't you? Is my question.
This was all to begin with. We were talking about sports.
Anyway.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'm mad about daylight saving time.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that out there.
All right. But we're back on standard. So do you prefer the daylight saving time schedule, or do you like the standard time? Which one, if you're not going to switch back and forth, which one do you want?
It all depends on what you're doing. If you're up early in the morning, you might want to have it light. If you want more daylight, in the afternoon, then you keep it on savings time.
Well, I know.
Saving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Matt's pointing at me. Saving time.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just decide on one.
Make a choice.
Make up your mind. Okay, back to the fact. Yeah, you were talking about your cartoon.
Yeah.
And the Stones do have
and the Beatles song.
Got their new record out. Beatles' last single. It's out, and I heard it. I watched the video. Hey, you know what? It's pretty good. A lot of people wish it was a little bit more, up tempo. What are you talking about?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's a demo that John Lennon, put together in his apartment building with a cassette player.
Sorry you didn't have the forethought. 40 years from now, they might dig this up and turn it into a single. But this is what I did then.
I will say one thing, John. You're half of the greatest songwriting team in the 20th century. Maybe you could afford more than a cassette player.
Not back then. Maybe it was one of those big ones.
It was a big one. But in the 60s, before the cassettes came along, he had a reel-to-reel in his house.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, with all that being said, the Beatles single is out, and I have to get this thing. I hope I get it for Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a double-sided A single. So it's Love Me Do on one side, 45.
45, okay.
And then it's the new song on the other.
All right.
Very collectible.
Well,
okay, and Kiss is on the way. They play Monday night in Seattle, the 6th, and then they might be at the Alien A Casino on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, the big groundbreaking for the restaurant there.
Okay.
So hopefully they're gonna fly up to Portland and then come back and do an appearance there.
Is what's their specialty going to be there? Do you know? I'm guessing beef tongue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, beef tongue.
Or is that Gene's tongue?
Gene's. Well, they're going to call it Gene's tongue, but it's a tongue dish.
A tongue sandwich.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. No, that's a Stone's restaurant tongue sandwich.
Okay.
Because they.
Oh, I know.
Boy, everybody's got their tongues.
What is that?
And then it's off to the BC show.
That's on Wednesday?
That's on Wednesday. I'll head to the show. And with all that being said, I've got Eric Stratton lined up to be one of our guests.
So just so we have this clear, they're in Seattle.
Monday night, November 6th.
Monday night, November 6th.
Yeah.
You and Eric had the idea is that's not far enough away for us to go to the concert.
Right.
We need to at least double the distance.
Yeah.
And so we're going to wait 2 days and go to Vancouver,
No,
BC.
No. Hold on.
See the same show that you could have seen in Seattle.
Let's back up and think about what's being said here.
Just asking.
Eric's going to the show Monday night in Seattle. Okay. That's too much traveling. No.
You want to go to the longer show, the further the distance.
I'm going to the BC show because I've never been to Canada.
Oh.
So he's going to go to the one up there with some folks that he knows, his sister. And then on Wednesday, then I join him and we go to BC.
All right. I hate to ask this.
Okay, I know.
I hate to
I don't schedule things.
Concerned.
I don't schedule things.
Because I'm not sure the Canadian authorities know that you're coming to Canada. Are you confident that they'll let you in?
No. No, this is going to be a repeat of that 70s show.
Right. It's going to be right there at the...
we're going to get busted for the beer at the border. I mean, that right? Matthew's laughing about that. And then guys from SCTV or...
Kelso.
Tommy Chung. Whatever that was. Okay, so with all that being said about all the music stuff, I've got my friend Eric Stratton that I've gone to many concerts with. He's the KISS official. He's part of the KISS Army, and
all right. And
I'm gonna talk to him. He's gonna bring his stuff in, and we're gonna put it on the desk here, lay it all out, and we're gonna talk
stuff.
He's got a big box of memorabilia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like
KISS dolls and programs, and there's a KISS lunchbox in there. There's a KISS van. There's all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So that's coming up in just a matter of seconds here.
Did you ask him?
Yeah.
And I should have had this ready for you.
Yeah.
Was he a fan of the KISS cartoon Christmas special that they did? Boy, that was a lemon.
It's hard to tell. Anything KISS Eric usually likes, but some of this stuff goes a little bit too far.
If you don't know what I'm talking about,
I have no idea.
Look it up on YouTube. Yes, I remember as a kid waiting on Christmas Eve to go to Grandma's house, and on Channel 11, KSTW at the time, right after Brakeman Bill or whoever was on.
Yeah.
They ran the special, A KISS Christmas.
Wow.
And it was
just wretched.
Wow, it was rough.
Yeah, but that's all because Gene Simmons markets everything.
Yeah. Well, hey, he got it on the air somehow.
And we'll talk about the marketing scheme as well.
All right.
Paul, good luck with all the sports coming up this week and next week.
Thank you much. We're going to have a good time in Yakima.
Absolutely. And we've got the KISS preview and the memorabilia and all that stuff. It's on the way right after this. Point S Centralia OK Tire is a proud sponsor of high school sports and wishes all teams good luck during the postseason. With the playoffs starting, that means the weather is changing. And that means tough driving conditions with ice, rain, and snow. Point S Centralia OK Tire invites you to stop by and have your vehicle checked so you're ready for winter driving. Studded snow tires, studless snow tires, and tire chains are in stock and ready to put on whatever you drive, and with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia. Nationally known and locally owned, Southwest Washington is home to 6 locally owned Napa stores, providing you with the best quality parts and services you need. With fast access to an inventory of over 400,000 parts, with ASE certified parts specialists ready to help, it's no wonder so many do-it-yourselfers count on Napa Auto Parts. Visit Wilson's Napa Auto Parts in Centralia, Chehalis, Rochester, Tenino, Castle Rock, and the heavy-duty and wholesale location on State Avenue in Chehalis, or go to wilsonnapa.com. The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia. Okay, welcome to the Mohney Show and the Kiss extravaganza, because Kiss is in the Northwest and beyond. But Eric Stratton's with me, good friend, and
good morning.
And Kiss Army official, right?
That would be correct.
So tell me, Eric, I'm going to ask you all kinds of questions about Kiss, because the big show is tonight in Climate Pledge Arena. And first off, what kind of tickets do you have?
I have some pretty good tickets. They're the first section to the left of the stage. This will be on the Gene Simmons side. It's about 13 rows up, so about the middle. So it should be a good viewing area.
Okay, so not the floor, but
No,
up on the side.
Floor. By the time I was getting tickets for it, also needed like 3. It just wasn't available.
Okay.
What I wanted. I could have got back at like row 15. It's like, that's too far back.
Yeah, so I mean, up on the side, you'll have a good view of the show, and down on the floor, sometimes it's not, really the best, is it?
No, it can be problematic, especially if you're only like 5'8" like myself. Then it's like you
Yeah.
hit a guy who's 6'2" in front of you, weighs 280. Yeah, you're not seeing shit.
It's not going to happen. So tell us a little. Let's see. Before we go through the stuff that's sitting in front of me here, this is allegedly the farewell tour, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So
No,
swings through the Northwest. Big show is Monday. That's tonight. You'll see this after the show has concluded. But show tonight, Climate Pledge Arena. Good place. We saw the Who there.
Who? Yep.
And
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney there as well. Yeah, nice place.
Mhm.
Then they actually, Gene and Paul are supposed to, and I'm gonna let you take it from here, make another appearance close to us.
Yes. Gene and Paul are making an appearance tomorrow, Tuesday the 7th, down at the A&A Casino for a groundbreaking on a new restaurant that they're putting in there called Rockin' Brews.
Rock and Brews.
Rockin' Brews. It's probably kind of akin to a Hard Rock Cafe
Right,
thing.
right.
They're putting it at the A&A, and the Rockin' Brews is a Simmons and Stanley co-owned kind of deal. I think they're in with a few more people.
Yeah, there's a few more people involved,
and
right?
there's like 27, 28 different restaurants around the country.
Yeah,
And they're finally putting one in the Northwest.
that's something
So they'll
else.
be down there in the groundbreaking. Don't know what time yet. Hopefully I can find that out a little later today.
So that's the A&A Casino in Ridgefield.
In Ridgefield, yes.
Right off the freeway there. When you're heading south, that's on the right-hand side. Now, that would be something to see those guys, obviously at a costume. I don't think they're showing up in costume, are they?
No, they'll be in street clothes, and they're not going to be in costume doing
It's like, hey, Gene, how was the Seattle show? Grumble.
Right. I don't suspect it'll be too early, the groundbreaking either, playing Seattle tonight, and then it's going to have to fly down to Portland for that. So
Yeah, I would imagine they're not going to drive. That's too long of a drive.
it is too long of a drive,
Yeah.
especially then they have to go back up to Vancouver the next, for the show on Wednesday.
So that leads me to my next point here.
Mm.
So you hit the show tonight.
Yes.
A couple of different folks in Seattle that you're going to go with, and then possibly see those guys in Ridgefield on Tuesday. It's a big Kiss week here, folks. And then we head up to Vancouver, BC
That is correct.
on Wednesday, and I don't really know where we're going. Explain where we're going.
We're going to the Rogers Center.
Okay.
It's where they play ice hockey. It's right next door to the BC Place Arena where they play football. It's in downtown Vancouver.
Never been there.
It's on the east side of town. I've been to BC Place twice, back 89 for the Who.
Yeah, good.
Also for a farewell tour, I think. No, it wasn't a farewell tour.
Oh, another farewell. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd already done a farewell in 82, hadn't they?
Yeah.
So no, this would be the first farewell tour. Sure, they farewell.
Yeah, the farewell tour in 1982, and then we just saw them. About 6 months ago?
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yeah.
And then also BC Place Stadium on December 31st, 1999, the millennial.
Whoa.
New Year's Eve was up there for Kiss. Nickelback opened for him. Nickelback wasn't even known to.
Whoa.
Lit opened for him also. It was
so that was back in 99.
December 31st, 1999. And Nickelback was unknown at that time. I was like, who?
They're very known now.
Yes, they're very.
Stop, please. What do you think is on the set list tonight?
Oh, they're just sticking with the classics. They're not doing They're not doing deep cuts. I could probably tell you 19 of the 20 songs they'll do.
Yeah. What do you think they'll open up with?
They'll more than likely open up with Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
It's always a classic. Always a favorite.
It's a good one.
Then go into after that is when it's like they might start mixing up the sound the set list. So it could be Shout It Out Loud. Sometimes go into Deuce.
Right.
Could be King of the Nighttime World. But they'll be playing that. Obviously, they'll end the show with Rock and Roll All Night, and then in between they'll play, Shout It Out Loud. They'll play Calling Dr. Love.
One of my faves.
Yeah. And they'll be playing hopefully Strutter, but that's
a good one.
Hard to say. They'll play Do You Love Me?
Yeah. How about
and Look It Up, and
will they give us I Was Made for Loving You?
Oh yes, they'll give you I Was.
That one just makes everybody in the Kiss Army mad.
Well,
it's their disco song.
Yeah, I think people have softened.
It's like the Stones Miss You.
Okay.
Hey, well, what they have to do that for? Well, because it was, they were trying to keep things relevant at that time.
Exactly.
So just to let you know, Eric Stratton is like with Kiss is like me with the Beatles or the Stones.
That'd be correct.
We can ask him pretty much anything, and he'll tell us. So much ground to cover here. All this stuff is in front of us, and we'll talk more about the shows. But man, what is this? This is like a 16th of the collection, isn't it?
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah,
more like a 32nd.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You have literally
too many things.
Yeah, like I do with Beatles, Stones,
correct
type stuff.
Just a few things. I thought didn't want to take up too much.
Tell us about the
shirt. That's a classic, vintage, authentic 1978 Kiss Gene Simmons solo album shirt. I bought that either at the Yardbirds.
Oh man, so Yardbirds.
Or I'm trying to remember the name of the record store that was in the Lewis County Mall.
Oh, DJ Sound City.
That was it. Yes, it was. So one of the two.
Man.
DJ Sound City.
DJ Sound City. Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff in the DJs.
Yeah, I used to fit that.
So that didn't actually come from a concert.
No,
okay.
No, that came from a.
That's your Kiss thing there. What do we have?
Those are casino chips from March of 2023 or 2003. Kiss played the Palms down in Las Vegas. And at the tables,
Palms.
At the tables, they had Kiss chips, Kiss casino chips.
Oh, so are these worth?
Those are legit chips.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
How much money do I have sitting here?
$55. But actually, those chips would have been pulled from circulation. Probably a year or so later.
Okay.
So now I can't go to the Palms and turn those in for money. I'd have to sell them on eBay probably for more than what they're actually worth.
They're good souvenirs.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. That's fantastic. If you can see,
back in the
tell us about the van
in the mid to late 70s. Kiss was like a marketing machine.
That's Gene, baby.
Anything, everything Kiss. They had the sleeping bags, backpack, pencils.
I love it.
Shirts, buckles, jewelry,
lunchboxes,
and also the Kiss remote control van. Got to have that. What kid would not want to wake up and at Christmas and find that underneath the Christmas tree?
So is this picture right here? Is this how the van came?
That is how the van came.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it had the bottom piece.
I mean,
that's not complete, but
I mean,
how it came. Yes.
So Gene just pretty much said, "Yeah, hey, Mattel, just give us a van. We'll put some pictures on, some stickers, and we'll sell it as Kiss."
Yes, exactly. That's what.
What about the lunchbox? I've never seen this in all the time I've known you. I've never seen the lunchbox.
Really? It's a little surprising. I take it to work once in a while.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Thermos. Oh man.
The only thing I'm missing is the cup.
Yeah.
So I got to find one of those.
Doesn't smell like sour milk in there, does it?
Shouldn't, because I'm pretty sure I've cleaned it. But let's just double check. That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's usable.
Oh man,
maybe we'll put beer in it for later tonight.
Now, absolutely. What year?
Lunchbox would have came out in 76, 77,
So,
78.
but it's a
It's legit.
It's legit.
It's vintage. It's from time. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I've had that for 35 years.
So you bought that? Actually.
No, I bought that after. Yeah, at a collectible show.
Okay.
Yeah, that and this. I had a collectible show and things.
Nice.
This had a auto show. That's a tour book from 1977.
Oh, really?
No, actually 76, 77. This would have been
Okay.
before the Rock and Roll Over tour, which didn't come to the Northwest.
You have boxes of stuff that, like I do, that are in closets that we should.
I know. I should.
We've got to get something going here. Folks, we've talked about maybe some kind of a bar or something. I mean, just the amount of memorabilia that Eric and I have. I mean, I've got the Beatles, I've got the Stones, the Who, and then you get into all the stuff that we've collected over the years with just various artists.
Just various artists.
You know,
exactly.
all the concerts we've been to. And he's my number one concert guy, by the way. Eric's one that usually gets the tickets. Eric's responsible for my Road 2 ticket for the Stones at the time at the Rose Garden. It's Moda Center now, but his gracious sister, that was Heidi, right?
Heidi, yep.
Yeah, Heidi.
Going to the show tonight.
I'll never. What's that?
She's going to the show tonight.
Yeah, she's going to the show. I'll never forget that. I brushed up against Mick that time because he came out and he had that what was that? It was like a cape or something, you know, some loose clothing.
He was, yeah. It was wispy, silky kind of
brushed
thing.
up.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Kiss show. Now we've got. Hold on a second here. Is that Peter?
That is Peter Criss, correct.
Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it?
That's pretty good, Steve.
Yeah. Over the years, you know, back in the late 80s, I didn't know much about Kiss, and then we would constantly debate with each other because I was always listening to something like Tom Petty or whatever.
Yes.
Eric would just. So he schooled me, I schooled him. We came to a kind of a conclusion, kind of a middle ground there.
Right.
He'll tolerate my Traveling Wilburys. You know what? I think I love Kiss more than you like the Wilburys.
Yes, that's probably true.
Yeah, that's
probably legit.
Okay. I'm gonna hold some of the. Actually, I'm gonna hand them to you.
All right.
We've got Kiss comic books here. Again, like Eric said, the king of the merchandising, Gene Simmons.
There wasn't anything that wouldn't put.
Grab those, hold those up, and yeah. There's nothing that's sacred.
So in '77, Kiss actually made their cartoon or their comic book first appearance in Howard the Duck. Go figure. Howard the Duck had the first Kiss appearance in a comic book. And apparently people loved it so much that they went to Marvel, and Marvel said, okay, yeah, we'll put out a Kiss comic book. And so they put one out later in '77 and '78, and then another one about a year later.
Makes complete sense. I mean, it really does. With,
they are superhero type kind of figures, likenesses and all.
Yeah, cartoons.
And what was awesome about the first comic book here was that it said it's printed in real Kiss blood. Kiss went down to
Gene's blood
to a hospital. They all had blood drawn. It was then taken to the printing press of wherever they get the comic books printed. And their blood was added to the ink. Now, what we learned later, many years later, is that actually that ink didn't make it to that comic book. So it was actually other comic books that were printed with the Kiss blood.
Kiss DNA.
Yes. It's in, so who knows what? It could be in Archie. I don't know.
Right now, I mean, Shannon, Gene's wife's just shaking her head. What? What are you doing?
Actually, they didn't know. I don't think they knew each other at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that was in '78. So
Gene's got a couple of good kids.
Yeah. No, he does. He does have a couple.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching that. That was one of the few reality shows that I actually thought was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I watched it here and there. Then I cut the cable and I couldn't watch it no more. So
yeah, I think the take from the kids was, "Oh, Dad."
Yeah, right.
Dad, you're not gonna really, you're not really gonna do that, Dad, are you? And Gene, well, yes, I am. I'm going to make $1 million selling, Kiss paper towels or something like that.
Toilet paper, yes.
I'm surprised he hasn't done it.
I think there is some out there.
Probably is.
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay, let's go from the comic books to this Kiss anthology thing. Weighs about 14 What does it weigh? About 20 pounds?
Yeah, I don't know about 20, but it's probably 12 to 14. History book came out
History.
late 90s. After
History. Yeah.
the reunion tour with Paul or with Peter and Ace. Yeah, that was for sale.
Wow.
Cost a couple $100, and
Really?
chuck full of vintage pictures and the story and all that. It's
huge.
just a wonderful. Then also at the very beginning of it,
Hold on, I'm gonna hand it to you.
what was also kind of nice is that each book came autographed by the four.
So
it's
I mean, it's not. They didn't. Is it?
My understanding, yeah, they during the tour, they would line up a whole bunch of books and they would just stop by and they would autograph.
See this.
These are.
So this isn't a copy autograph.
No. As far as I know, to the best of my knowledge, unless they had, they may have professional signers. So I guess that's.
I don't think so. That looks pretty. That looks real.
Right. No, they look legit to me too, because I have a couple. I have a Paul Stanley one that matches up pretty well.
Let's hold that up again. I want folks to be able to see see that. I mean, it's like a huge book.
Oh, it's a wonderful book. Haven't looked at it in a while, just because of just one of those things. So there's
it does look real though. You can tell when they do the fake ones.
Yeah. It definitely looks like them, and I don't. They would be together, right?
Right.
Just doing during the tour where they'd have some time in the back in the dressing room area, just kind of like, okay, what do we, instead of just chatting, they can chat and autograph too at the same time. So
not like the Beatles when Mel Evans, their roadie, was sitting back there signing Paul McCartney's name.
Was he? Okay.
And Neil Aspinall, or here, just sign this.
So it's a pretty interesting book. It's just goes all the way up to about
huge. So that's why you had to pay the big money, is because of the signatures. Well, yeah, not only that, but I mean the signatures. That's really something. I mean, I would love to have something. I mean, not only this, but it's a big deal if you can get somebody to sign something for you.
It is. Yeah.
And in all of our travels, we've done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Stones. Back to my concert experiences with you. We were was that row 16? Stones. 2006 was that?
Is that the one at Quest Field?
Yeah.
I thought we were more back like in the 20s.
Was it?
I thought so.
Okay. That's when I got the picks. The picks from Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That was something. Have you ever caught any picks from Gene or Paul? Or?
I haven't got any from Paul or Gene, but I do have some from Tommy and from Bruce. I was actually lucky enough to be front row seats in 1992 for their show, and was able to get a few picks. I got a couple from Bruce, but I don't think I got any Paul or Gene.
So that kind of leads me to my next question here. There's been several different, I guess, versions of Kiss. I mean, Gene says Kiss will go on long after he's dead.
That's one of the things we're kind of putting out there now. Yeah.
So I mean, they'll be Kiss forever, which is fine. So tonight we see guys that have been on the band for Peter, Chris, and for Ace. That they've been in the band for years, right?
Right. So Peter and Ace, their last stint with the band would have been the farewell tour in 2000, and then also they played a couple of shows afterwards, like up to about 2002, 2003, but just here and there.
And they're not coming back, right?
No. They might be there in the last two shows out in New York City at Madison Square Garden, December 1st and 2nd. But right now it doesn't look good that they will show up, but they might. But so right now, the replacements are Eric Singer on drums. He's been with the band since.
At what point do you just go, okay, these guys aren't replacements anymore?
He did replace Eric Singer or Eric Carr, who passed, and then because he recorded a couple albums with them, so he's legit with the band, and he's been with them since the early 90s. And then Tommy Thayer has been doing the Spaceman for 20 years now, and he's been with the band probably 10 years prior to that as just an assistant, And Tommy was actually with a band called Black and Blue in the early 80s out of Portland. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They had one song that actually did some airplay.
Mhm.
Can't recall what it was, but
Stones have a song called Black and Blue.
oh,
Album called
an
Black
album
and Blue.
called- yeah,
Yeah, actually, excuse me, an album, not a song.
write an album called Black
Ooh.
and Blue.
Yeah, correct me. These shows are, I don't know, they never get old.
No,
They're always fun. They're high energy.
yeah, I've
Paul flies.
Paul flies across the floor, on his way to the small stage and gets out there back there towards the back of the stadium for people to get a closer look. Yeah, I actually went through my tickets the other weekend just to see how many times I've seen them, and I swear I'm missing a few because it only was 26.
How many times have I seen Kiss?
Like
5, 6, something like that.
Yeah, well, I would for
see Vegas,
for
Ridgefield.
Well,
didn't we see Kiss and Aerosmith together?
That was in 2.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was in here. Yeah, you've probably seen them 6 to 7 times.
Yeah, we see Kiss and Poison.
Oh yeah, 4. Ooh,
that was a was that 2003? 2004. That was at the amphitheater at Clark County, is what they called it, before Live Nation bought it. And man, that was a really great show. Poison opened up for those guys, and we just were kind of like, whatever, Boy,
yeah,
we were totally surprised and excited.
They did
Poison, they did a hell of a job on that show, man. That was fantastic. Yeah. That's the show where a couple of gals were standing next to us.
Yeah, and
the guys in Poison were kind of pointing at them, and pretty soon they went backstage. Oh, they've been good. Now, I refresh my memory down in Vegas.
Yeah.
That was a birthday show for you.
That was correct.
And I completely forget. Did we see that where did we see that?
That was at the Hard Rock.
That's right. Okay, Hard Rock.
That would have been
the Joint. Was that the Joint?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Joint. And that's actually we're coming up on 9 years.
9 years?
Probably next week that we've seen them. Yeah. That was 9 years ago.
Whoa.
Hard to believe. Feels like 5, maybe.
Yeah, we had good tickets. I remember Paul flying right above our head.
Oh yeah, right. I had Gene right above me too during God of Thunder.
It was so much fun. There's so much fun. Yes, I
was waiting for it. Like him just to spit and miss the stage, have it flying over. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh god, because it was right above me.
Big show tonight. You head up there and get ready for the antics, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time. Can't wait.
And then Wednesday we'll head up to BC, Canada, and do the show up there. Can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. And then they stay in Canada for a while.
Yep. Then they head east in Canada.
So Rogers Arena. Oh, so November 10th too. Or are these dates right?
No, November 8th is November 8th is Rogers Arena.
It says Edmonton. That's Edmonton.
Yeah, then Calgary. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And then they go, let's see, Edmonton, Calgary, Quebec. And then in November 25th, Indianapolis, and, Rosemont, Illinois, Baltimore, or if you live in Baltimore, never mind. I keep forgetting this isn't regional.
Right, no.
Well, I used to hear a story from one of my friends that lived in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, he told me all about Baltimore.
December 2nd, New York City, Madison Square Garden. You were thinking about that one, either the December 1st or the 2nd.
Yeah, actually, I have a ticket for the December 1st show. Yeah. I got it up for sale now because I don't think I'll be able to make it out. Yeah. So if anybody wants to buy a ticket for the December 1st show of Kiss in New York City, Madison Square Garden,
you've got one.
Give me a call.
There you go. Eric,
get in touch with Steve. He'll forward you to me.
This is the first one we've ever done together. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome, Steve.
Thanks for all the paraphernalia. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Have a good time tonight. We'll have a great time on Wednesday night.
Oh, you know it.
And we're going to take some video as well. So we'll take some video of all the hijinks and the antics and all that stuff. And we'll get it on the Mohney show. But no, that's going to be a great time. And again, just thanks for coming in. And
thank you for having me, Steve.
You're welcome. And so we'll wrap up this particular segment of the Mohney show. Thanks again for joining us.